Hello, so I'm going to start by creating a new folder for player, character. Right click in the content browser, go to blueprint class, add a character, call it player character, control S on that, save that, open that up, add a skeletal mesh, call it player character mesh. So you have it here named player character mesh. We're going to need a camera, player character camera. Go to the mesh. We have meshes. We have Aurora. And drag her down 90 so she seems to have a sword in her hand by default. That's okay, depending on the animations that we have here. Let's look at Aurora's animations to determine if this is going to be appropriate. Characters, if she has animations. Animations, she has attack. Melee attack. Primary attack A. Okay, so she has that. Okay. She has a sword in her hand. That's what we're going to be working with. So player character, we have Aurora. So we drug her down 90 degrees. We're going to rotate her X forward. So you see down here, X forward, 90 degrees. We're going to put the camera. Press W. Sometimes it'll go to select and translate. Excuse me. And then put the mesh on the camera. This won't work yet. We need a game mode. Go to blueprint class, game mode base. We'll call it game mode, control S. We need a player controller. Add a new folder, call it player controller. Add a new folder. Oops. Add a new folder, call it game mode. Drag game mode into the folder. Go to player controller, open that blueprint class, player controller. Call it what it is, player controller. I'm going to color my player character folder blue. My player controller folder blue. My game mode folder can be green. Go to game mode. In class defaults, I want to set default pawn class to player character, player controller to player controller. I'll go to edit, project settings. I want to set the default game mode to our game mode. You can see the settings we set in the defaults of the game mode are here, except the player controller class should be player controller. We haven't compiled this. If you look here, let's see, open this back up. Nope. So let's set it to player controller. No big deal. Whatever. We didn't compile. Oh, let's go save and compile always. If you go to the dots next to compile, you can go to save and compile. You can also go to jump to arrow node, which is useful. Player character. We have this player character here. We're going to be using animation asset. We're going to be using animation assets. The animation asset mode. I gave her idle additive, so she kind of moves around. It's looping and playing. Initial position is 0, so it just starts from the beginning. If you look at the animation, it runs for 7 seconds and 10 milliseconds. So I could put this at 4 seconds, and it will start at 4 seconds. So I want to press play. Here's my character. We're looking down on her. We can't move her. She looks great. Let's go to player character. Well, we need to add inputs. Let's add input folder, call it inputs. I want to add, go to input under create advanced asset, add input mapping context. Input mapping context, control S on that. Right click, go to input, and add input action. Here's where we add all the things our character can do, like move, look, attack, cast, magic, jump, sprint. We can do, I don't know if we can do crouch or not. So we're going to start with these. Add mapping. Go to attack. You can click the key record button. So I press that button, then press my left mouse button. Cast magic. I want to be maybe Q. Jump. I want to be spacebar. Look. I want to be mouse XY 2D axis. Move is a series of keys. It's WSAD. WSAD. There's going to be modifiers. On W, it's swizzle input axis values. On S, it's negate and swizzle input axis values. On A, it's negate, and on D, it's nothing. I'm going to save this now. Add a mapping. After move, we have sprint. I can make that left shift. Let's collapse these all. Okay, player character, event graph. I want to get player controller. We're going to start graphing, start coding a little bit. Enhanced input local player subsystem. I want to get is valid with a question mark. And then make sure you drag from the output pin of the enhanced input local player subsystem. Add mapping context. Actually, I'm not sure if you have to. It's just, it's easy. I have to get through this part fast. So that's that there. So that was adding the mapping context. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next one.